Life is getting rough. Life is getting rough. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Life is getting rough and just a little too deep for me. Frequently reliving all my past beatings recently. Secretly praying that these demons stop defeating me. Seeking freedom, geeking off of every beat that speaks to me. The piece of me is ceased, it's deceased, there's no relief for me. The beast of me's on leash, he's been feasting on my decency. Increasingly believer we're not all created equally. Treated like a mattress the way all these people sleep on me. Go ahead and take a nap, you can't escape the fact the pagan's back to making tracks. Back is aching, no debating that. I'm taking that hatred I've been storing and I'm pouring it into every line I'm recording. Stop ignoring it. I recommend you don't pretend to be a friend of me, but secretly an enemy. You'll never see the end of me. Can you comprehend what this is meant to me? Mentally, how therapeutic music and this pen together's been to me? Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. You just never will. You just never will. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. You just never will. You just never will. Still trying to figure why I can't leave the game alone. Did everything I could to pull myself from a stable home. My poor supportive mother trying to discover why I ran away from her even though I loved her. There's nothing more you could have done to save me. Be probably dead already without you there to raise me. I know you hoped it was a phase, I know it drove you crazy. Now every time I share with you, you're always there to praise me. Randomly remember every time my dad abandoned me, and how you did your very best to show me what a man should be. Sorry if this life I'm living ain't what you had planned for me. This is the only way I know to cope with my insanity. Try to understand my plan, the reason for the wrath of me. Why the dark is trapped in me, keeps on attacking me. Can't explain why and how this rap game captures me, but every time I try to leave it keeps coming after me. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. You just never will. You just never will. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. You just never will. You just never will. So much is changing me, it's making me a different man. Crazy how fate made me focus through this shifting plan. Twisted hands of time got me drifting through a distant land. Sifting through the ashes of my past, I'm reminiscing, and I'll never be the same again. Never felt this way before. Taking time to savor everything I've ever labored for. Way before I ever laid a rhyme or even played a chord. I prayed the Lord to save me from this brain before I ate a sword. Days get more enraging, there's no saving me from waging war. All this time I'm wasting, don't know what the fuck I'm waiting for. Who'd have ever thought it would come to this, numb to this. Pain in my brain got me laying here slumberless, staring at the ceiling so hard it started staring back. Feeling like I purchased perseverance off a clearance rack. Don't know how I got here, in fact it's apparent that the disappearing act is done. I finally got my bearings back. Disappearing act is done, I finally got my bearings back. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. You just never will. You just never will. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. Nah, you'll never get it. Nah, you never will. You just never will. You just never will.